Hi. We are going to, when I say we, I mean he, is going to make some Palak Paneer, and I'm going to video it. We'll see how easy it is. Okay, Dan, so we are making some Palak Paneer. So right now, Dan has got some oil heating. And what do you have in there, Dan? What's in there?
Oh, garlic.
All right, so he's just sauteing some garlic and he's got some pretty high heat. So as soon as that starts to get aromatic, we're going to add some onions. Now, if you had a fresh onion, then probably a medium to large onion diced. But here, Dan, go ahead and grab your onions.
These are pretty small.
Yep, that is freeze-dried onion because we do not have any fresh onions right now. So go ahead and put your onions in there. And we're gonna lightly toast them until they are aromatic and getting a little bit tan. So they'll soak up that oil.
Yeah, they do this pretty fast.
Can you start smelling them?
Oh yeah.
Okay, can you show us that container of spices? Show me real close so I can see how pretty it is. Let me see. Okay, so we've got, oh there, that's nice. We've got some ginger, some salt, some turmeric, some chili, and some garam masala in there. So do you want to put that in with your... and toast that in with your onion and garlic.
Oh yeah, that's starting to smell really good. Beautiful color coming out now too.
Nice. Oh, I can smell it over here. Okay, turn your heat down a little bit to about a medium. Okay, and now let's have a look at the spinach. Okay, show us the spinach. So we have got 3 cups of spinach in here, and right now we've got 2 cups of water, but we're going to add another cup. So it's been just refreshing. Go ahead and put the spinach in. So it's called Palak Paneer, and Palak is Hindi for spinach. So, and paneer is a type of a cheese. It's very mild, like a cottage cheese, but it's in cubes. We're going to add that. Now, normally you would use fresh spinach. But if you used fresh spinach, you would wash it and you would boil it, and then you would rinse it in very cold water to stop the cooking so that you've got a nice bright color. And then you would puree it, and then you would add it to this mix. But I don't want to do all that. So I am using freeze-dried spinach that is refreshed. Okay. Can you add that extra water? Yep.
You bet.
And then we're going to put in, normally you would put in some fresh green chilies, but we're using freeze-dried green chilies. Wait a minute, I didn't have a look at those. There we go, those are beautiful. Okay, throw those in, and normally you would chop up 1 or 2 tomatoes, and instead of doing that, we're going to put in the tomato powder. So can you show us the tomato powder? And that's all it is just tomatoes that are mashed up. Not mashed up, that are powdered. Tomatoes that are dried and that are powdered. That's all it is. All right. Let's see if I can get a closer look there.
They're beautiful colors.
It is a beautiful color. And we're really not going to cook it very long. Looks to me like you can use some more water. What do you think? Not really?
I think we're okay.
Okay. All right. So it has only been cooking for, I'd say, probably maybe 3 minutes. And it is ready, but we're gonna put some more water in because we want it to be a little bit more liquidy than that. So that's a 1/4 cup of water. We're gonna stir that. And normally you would puree this whole thing. And I'm not against pureeing it, but I do like a little bit of texture. So what we're gonna do is, Dan, you're gonna take half of that and you're gonna put it in that little blender, that bullet. And we're just gonna puree half of that and then pour it back. So yeah, that's what you're gonna do, is just scoop it like that.
All right, here we go.
All right. So we're gonna take
Ooh,
that.
yeah. Oh, yeah, back in the pan.
Add it to the rest. All right, so we've got the pureed with the rest of it. And we're just gonna mix it up. And that is the palak part. So you've got onions and garlic and some seasoning.
And spinach.
And lots of spinach. Okay, so put the cheese in. And the cheese, okay, let's look at that cheese. So I've cut up all that cheese. It's in little cubes. And this is like it's a very, very mild cheese. Somewhere between mozzarella and a cottage cheese, except that it's compressed.
And that's called paneer.
Paneer, yes, beautiful,
Okay,
very
put it in.
mild. Yep, go ahead and put it in.
Paneer.
Right. And we have got about 12 ounces there. So I'd say for a recipe this size, I'd say between 8 to 12 ounces of paneer. So all we're gonna do right now is just heat that paneer up. It's not gonna melt the same way that
Our
mozzarella
normal cheese that we're used to.
Right. It doesn't melt. It will get nice and soft. And what you could do with this, you could actually brown that paneer in the skillet with oil and some seasoning beforehand if you want. And I really do like that, but this is really good. So for all intents and purposes, it's done. All right, so let's plate it up and have a look. Hi. So I am just finishing the palak paneer that I started with, or that we started with Dan. He had to run off, so I want to finish this last step. Normally when you make palak paneer, you are blanching the fresh spinach and then you're cooling it really quickly and then you're pureeing it. And I like it a little bit thicker, and I also like a little bit more texture than that, but I really, really do like that bright green color. And so by adding the tomato powder instead of the fresh tomato, we do add a lot of red, so green and red. And so what I am doing is I am adding some more spinach, and this is just plain spinach, freeze-dried, of course, and water that I have just refreshed and pureed. So I'm gonna put the heat back on, low, and then I'm gonna bring it over here, and I'm going to just add the green. Look at that, wow, that beautiful color. Okay, so now I just wanna stir in that beautiful green. And I've put quite a bit more water in it so that it's more liquidy. We're looking for creamy. Okay, so that's beautiful. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of sour cream. Now I don't have any sour cream in my fridge, so what I've got here is freeze-dried sour cream. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of water. Get it to the texture that I want it. And then I'm going to drizzle it into my Palak Paneer. All right, so here is our almost finished sauce. Nice and green. Still got some of that red tomato. Nice big chunks of paneer. And I'm gonna put a little bit of sour cream in it. You could use yogurt, you could use the sour cream that's in your fridge. I just want it a little bit creamy. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, we're done. So I just have a dollop of plain yogurt on the very top, mostly just for color. But there's your finished dish. It has got so much spinach, and spinach is so good for you. I mentioned earlier that I used to tease Dan and tell people that if anything green touched his fork, he would think he was going to die. But he really likes Palak Paneer. So it's a winner in our house. You've got to give it a try. Hi. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. I'd love to hear about it. If you have any comments, I'd love to hear them. If you liked it, do me a favor and click the like button. If you know somebody who would benefit from it, then definitely share it with them. And if you'd like to know more about these sorts of things, then stick around.